right, we are reviewing Slow West. It is the debut for director John Maclean, not John Maclean from Die Hard, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a modern western starring Michael Fassbender and Kodi Smit-McPhee about a young 16-year-old boy who travels west at a pretty slow pace, I would say, given the title. But no, this is actually a pretty interesting film. It's very... It's a western, but it's got a lot of different elements to it, and it's not what you might think it would be.
Well, it's definitely like a modern western because it's not a reboot like True Grit, and it's not Django Unchained, which is an exploitation movie. It's all the modern things you're used to seeing in films today, but in that classic western, what you're thinking. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's not the kind of typical filming style that you'd see with a western. It's very, very... like distinct style, a lot of kind of static frames that are very kind of comical, you know. I mean, that's a lot of the comedy in this movie, which it is a comedy, definitely.
Very dark comedy.
Dark comedy.
A lot of it comes from just the framing and kind of putting little visual things in here. And one of my favorite parts of that was a scene where he's looking at a mushroom on the ground, and the shot from underneath the mushroom, so you got this massive mushroom on the left, and on the right you got this lanky, kind of weird-looking giant that's staring down at it, and it's just such a funny little thing to throw in something like a western that it kind of makes it pretty unique.
As you guys know, I love westerns. I love classic westerns, and the westerns I like the most are the ones that kind of find that dark comedy in it, because like westerns in general, living in the West was just brutal. It's brutal, and it's, you know, if you don't see the humor in it, you're not really getting it. So I kind of dislike some of the classic westerns that are all about the hero, and this I like this because it's very dark. Lot of different elements coming together. I don't know. It's funny in a weird way. I laughed a lot. I didn't think I would laugh at all in this movie. Yeah. And I was laughing at things I probably shouldn't have laughed at. But
well, I mean, I think that you have to laugh at them, otherwise it's just not very good.
But you know, this movie had me up until about the last 30 seconds. It had a great tone going for it, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a narrator in this. And the narrator starts off, and he kind of is there, but he kind of goes away for a while. The movie takes place. Narrator comes back at the end, and I feel like it's off tone. It tries to be something it's not really. I wish it would have just ended more on that dark humor note, which was lingering from the previous hour of the movie.
I'm never a huge fan of narrators typically, like in movies, where it's just like, we get it, let's just look at the beautiful picture. Right. I don't need the extra kind of storytelling. I'm watching the movie. So if the narration wasn't there, I'd be happy, but it didn't bother me. It didn't suck me out like in other movies.
My thing with narration, though, is that if you're going to do it, you've got to be consistent, and this movie, my biggest complaint is that it was inconsistent. Kind of kept shifting tone, shifting the style, and it's like it couldn't decide what type of movie it was going to be. And if it had kind of committed to the style, it would have been a lot better, because it was funny. It was very enjoyable.
I will say the best actor in this movie might be Ben Mendelsohn's coat.
Yeah,
it's a treat to behold. I will say that. But a lot of good actors in this.
Yeah. Michael Fassbender, Magneto.
Michael Fassbender, he's made some interesting career choices.
Yeah,
he's kind of touted as like this big star.
What's that rock movie he's in? Where he's got the head?
Oh, Frank.
Yeah.
And
well, he executive produced this one.
Yeah, and, and he was 12 Years a Slave. He played that guy, and
I gotta see that.
What was the one he was in? I don't know, but he's done a lot of interesting projects. Shame. With,
Shame was such a big one. For him.
People kind of pegged him as this next action star after X-Men and Prometheus, and he's kind of really shied away from that, which I think is cool. He's doing some interesting things.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I will say also cinematography by Robbie Ryan is pretty great in this. This is shot in New Zealand. Gives
looks
you a
like
sense.
The American West, though. It does look like the American West.
Mixed with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, proves what I already knew, that New Zealand is beautiful and I want to go there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely a solid movie. I loved it, I think, more than you guys, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to do ratings?
Yeah,
and
let's talk about
that?
let's talk about ratings.
Let's talk about our ratings.
Matt, why don't you go first on that?
Well, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I'm not blown away by it. It's a nice little pleasant movie. I mean, it's only about 80 minutes, right?
Yeah, 86, I think.
86. It's a small Western. I mean, it's cool to say. I would tell people to watch it just because, like we said, it's filmed in a very different style. It might be all over the place in its filming styles, but you've never seen a Western really filmed like this before. So I'm going to go 3 out of 5. I enjoyed it. I would tell people to watch it. I probably won't watch it with them, but I need a little time before I watch it again.
Yeah, I on a scale of bad to amazing, I gave it a good. It's kind of middle of the line. It would be closer to great if there just weren't little parts of the movie that just kind of irked me. I thought, wow, they're losing me here. This just could have been better. And like I said, it was a little too inconsistent. Had it stuck with its style, that it had in a lot of the scenes, it would have been probably a great. But I'm going with good for this one.
Okay. I'm sticking with about a 7.9 on this.
Out of what?
Out of 10.
Okay.
Had it not been for that last 30 seconds, I would have been in the 8 territory for sure.
Yeah.
It's a good little film. It's not going to blow you away. It's not gonna change the Western. It's not going to change the genre at all. But
well, you never know. We could see a whole bunch of new slew of New Zealand westerns.
Yeah, it's very true. And I think there's probably
The Kiwi Western?
The Kiwi Western.
Probably been other ones
we're
before
coining
this
that.
one. But I really liked Michael Fassbender in this. I thought he was great. I liked Ben Mendelsohn a lot.
Yep.
I liked the girl a lot. I can't remember her name.
I had no idea who she was, but she was good.
Game of Thrones fans, you'll see the Hound for a little bit. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It looks good with the mustache.
Yeah.
Not burnt this time.
The music was interesting for me. It was a little bit different than what you're expecting, and overall, I would watch this again. I know you wouldn't, maybe, but I would.
I'd watch it again. I need time. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, oh, I gotta watch this with you. I gotta make sure you watch this.
Okay,
it's just
I'm giving it a 7.9. Yeah, so Slow West. It's in some smaller theaters right now. Might be on video on demand somewhat soon. I'm
because
guessing.
DirecTV had something to do with it, didn't it?
Yeah. So
you
check
can
it out. If you're into westerns, I think you really dig it. If you're into cool cinematography, Michael Fassbender,
or dark comedies.
Just heads up on a really cool sequence. There's a point where an older man is telling a story, and it's just a really fun little scene.
Yeah.
Watch out for that. It's a good one.
All right. Well, watch it or don't. Be sure to subscribe for more videos. We'll see you next time.